Welcome on board to the Alien Spaceship talk show with Emmy Hikins and Trevor, a podcast where no topic is off limits. Fasten your seatbelt, stick the kettle on, you're in for a bumpy ride. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, I better cross that off my list. Those things I was going to ask you to do for me. Okay, yeah, but you are somebody who likes to help other people.
I do, yeah. I do like to help other people. But I am nervous. So I am a nervous person.
Okay. I was going to say that maybe is that why you're nervous of aeroplanes? Do you mean that kind of nervous?
Well, I think we've got to draw a line between nervousness and phobias. Yeah, I've got a real phobia for heights. I have, but then that doesn't mean that I'm nervous about heights.
No.
If that makes sense. I mean, I've got a real phobia for heights, but it just means I'll avoid heights. If I can, I would.
Yeah.
Unless if it's absolutely necessary, then I would do it. But then it wouldn't be for pleasure. Definitely wouldn't be for pleasure. I wouldn't say I'm going on that height because, I get free of being up there. Nah. Yeah. So yeah.
I know what you mean.
But I do have a nervous disposition to life. And I think some people think, because I remember growing up, I had friends in a private tuition class, which is an after school tuition classes that my parents paid for. And there were the ratio of boys to girls was about 50-60 or 70. So we had more women in there, and they were much more cleverer than the boys, and that brought on a bit of nervousness on my part.
Yeah.
And I started withdrawing from their associations, and they sort of thought that I was proud, so they would.
They misread it. They misread your.
They misread it. Yeah, they misread it. They misread it for pride, and that worried me a bit because I thought I'm not a proud person, but I just couldn't face them. I couldn't face them because I thought, right, they're obviously smarter than I am. Book wise, let's put it that way, or academic wise. So they were better at things like maths, for instance, and I was rubbish at maths. So I would rather not participate in maths exercises unless it was a test that contributed to your moving forward from one class to the other or passing your exams. And so that was one thing that I just thought, I don't want to let my vulnerable side, is that the right word, show.
Yeah, you don't want to show. Yeah, you don't want that to show.
I don't want to show. Yeah, I didn't want that to show. So that came across as being proud, and I had. At one point, I had the girls, and the girls, girls would gossip anyway. I'm not saying all girls gossip, but these girls gossiped, and they would be like, "Oh, have you heard what the girls are saying about you?" I'm like, "No." They're saying that you're snobbish, you think you're better than everybody else. I'm like, no. I think they're better than me. And
I mean, what that brings up, just to sort of chip in there, what that brings up is in life generally, probably highlights what you just said, is how misreadings, misunderstandings occur between people, because sometimes I think nervousness, vulnerability, shyness can be, as you illustrated, can be read by others as being a bit standoffish, a bit disinterested. So it's an interesting point that it's not something we can always consider in terms of how do I come across to other people, because in a way you could say it's none of my business how I come across to other people. That's their business. But obviously most of us, all of us, don't really want to come across in a way of perhaps being unfriendly or antisocial, but maybe nervousness, shyness can give that impression. So I guess that is that is a possibility. And it brings me on to my next question. What do you think, or could you name a weakness you think you have? A weakness personality-wise or in any aspects? Do you think you have a weakness?
Do I?
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.